What's up guys, Z628 here. Welcome to another episode of the Chevy Sonic. Last episode we drove the car, it ran, it was fine. We had a little bit of big puff of smoke from fuel, got kind of better as we went, came back, did a full-blown coolant flush or coolant like replacement. So now we actually have coolant in the vehicle, got it all bled properly, so that's all done. Drove it out again to see if there was anything else going on. Everything was fine, a little bit less smoke, all that was fine. I'm not too worried about the fuel stuff. I feel like it's just the ECU trying to relearn itself after all the replacement parts, but my primary concern was the suspension part. So I double checked both sides. That side sounded fine, but the side where it was having issues, oh, sounds fine, right? Not fine. You can't see it, but you can definitely hear it. All right, I don't have too much time, but I found a culprit. It is a lower ball joint. If anything, I'm gonna replace the whole control arm possibly. I took the tire off, and even though I'm wiggling 3 to 9, it's still that. Normally that shows 12 and 6, but it wasn't showing that for 12 and 6. It's only 3 and 9, which is weird to see that movement there, and then you can see it. I don't know if you can see it because I'm like moving, but there's definitely play in there. I don't know how much you guys see it. I don't have too much time on this memory card, but it's about $33 for the whole control arm. You could just do the ball joint, but it's kind of a pain in the ass on these cars because it's not like a bolt. You have to like cut in. I watched a video on it. It's quite interesting, but yeah, I'm gonna see with the whole lower control arm how that works, and that's what we'll have to replace because that's definitely coming from there. I was trying to see if it was the other components, and everything was like pointing that it would be this or this, like the tire rod, but it's not. These are all perfectly fine. It's just this bottom one, so we'll get that replaced. That's the next part. I'm going to have to go to Harbor Freight Tools to get a 36mm socket for the center like nut for the axle nut. I don't have one of those, so I'm gonna have to go get that. And I found a ball joint, an AC Delco ball joint on Amazon that can come here tomorrow for $26. So I'm gonna order that instead of doing the whole lower control arm because it would take like a week for a control arm to get here, and I really don't want to wait that long. It's not that hard to just do the ball joint. If anything, it's probably easier. So I'm gonna get that, and then we'll get that started. But yeah, it'll be tomorrow. All right, time to do some work on the suspension. Got my new toolkit that comes with bigger metric ratchets or whatever. Got it from Harbor Freight. Hell yeah, I need the 36mm. Sweet. This is a kit that goes 26 to wait a second, let me get this straight. This is the 26, 27, oh, 36. That's the one I need. Cool. It should be right there. Wait. Oh, it's probably just mixed up with the other 32. That. Yep. That's what happened. Remember how I have to return absolutely everything that I get with this car? Valve cover, injectors, fuel pump, the hose, the heater hose. Yeah, I have to return that too. Now I have to go all the way to Harbor Freight because I got this last night. I had to go get eggs, so I went to go get this last night while I was out there. Pick that up, get home, unpack it today to get started on it because the lower ball joint won't be here until like later tonight, like 5:30 to 8:30 it says. So I open it up to just, you know, at least get it disassembled until the thing comes. Nope. Out of all the ones that are missing, 36mm is the one that's missing. The one I literally need. I can't make this up, guys. God damn it. So now I have to go back and return it and get another one. New one secured. I double checked inside to see if that one had an issue as well, but we're good. Got all the tools. Let's get started on the suspension. We're doing the lower ball joint. You need a 36mm to get the axle out. God damn it. Alright, here I got all the tools needed for the job. First things first, we're taking out the axle nut, and because there's this little thing there, we're going to take that out so it's not inside. So that's the first step. Trying to cut this in size so it's able to get in there, so that's what I'm working on now. Might be just enough to work. I'm gonna wait for it to cool down, but I might need to go, yeah, I need to go thinner on it. I have to like cut the sides. This thing is scorching hot. That's like a CSGO knife skin. Case hard. It's gotten loosened up. I'm just trying to see if it's gonna mess up the threads on the actual, I didn't even mean to do that. I was gonna say on the actual axle, but I said actual. That was a good joke, not just because I'm fucking stupid and retarded. Interesting. Yeah, it's not moving around, so it should be fine. No, it looks like we're good. We got the axle moving freely here, so we're good there as much as it can. We need to get behind here and take off that nut. I WD-40'd like everything just to make it a little bit easier. Get that in there, okay. Got that out. Wish I had some hearing aids here. They're muffs. Get it moving a bit. Because he has like a pickle thing that goes like a fork that goes in between the two. And then you can really separate it, but I can't really do that. So I don't know. I don't have that pickle fork, and every video that I was watching, they kind of use that. So I'm doing a different method by jacking up the brake itself to not be in the way. And it's unfortunate that I have to be like on the tip of that. I really don't like that, but it's the only way because it has to be free right there. And then you pretty much hit it with a hammer. I've been going at it for about 20 minutes and no movement. So every video I watched, they hit it twice and it falls out. But for me, of course, it's not working that way. So that's what I'm doing. So headphone warning, I guess. I don't have like a good angle to hit it either because of all this shit in the way. So it's pretty tough, but I'm trying to just hit it anywhere and just doing that. So that's why I'm wearing this, because it's a lot of shit. But yeah, I've been hitting it. Probably hit it 200 times now and to no avail. Nothing's happening. I sprayed the hell out of WD-40 all over in it as well to try to loosen it up, and to no avail isn't working. So gonna keep going at it. All right, after literally probably 45 minutes of just banging with a big hammer, a rubber hammer, and every angle that I can. I even took out the plastic piece around the fender well, whatever, to get a better angle. Nothing. If anything, I'm just causing more fucking damage to the thing. Every video I watch, they're like, oh yeah, they hit it 4 times and it comes right the fuck off. But nope. For me, I'm bashing it for 45 fucking minutes with all my strength and nothing's fucking happening. So, going to Lowe's to go pick up a pickle fucking fork thing if they even have one. So I went to go grab that part. And the other part, like the forks were more expensive. So I was like, you know what, I'll just get this.
and do that, and it doesn't work because I would have to take off the whole caliper in order to make it work, because the nuts right there, right on this, so it's not gonna work. And I tried it the other way too, it's not gonna work. It's like so close. I like had to, because I can't use this. I'm going for this car because this car is a worthless sack of fucking worthless piece of dog shit. This does not work. It's not compatible with it to fully separate it because it does not fit, because this fucking thing is so massive that it can't fit in there. I got a little bit more of it out, but now I can't get any more of it. And the thing is, I'm not even using it properly, because every way you do it, the screw itself can't work. So I'm just using a big ass fucking pry bar to like pry it. And I kind of got a little bit more out on this right side, and because this side is easier to access, I'm trying to do it this way, because it actually goes in, but it doesn't go in because this thing is a fucking piece of shit car. I just fucking broke this. Come on, man. Oh my god. Holy shit. That actually worked. Oh my god. All right, it's finally off. We got it all separated, all out in the way. We have the axle kind of hung up there, so it's out of the way. Here's another stupid design on this car. I don't know how many cars do this. Again, this is like my only knowledge with this, but from reading comments and from things like that, everyone says to remove the control arm itself, not just the ball joint, right? Why, do you ask? So looking at this, I don't want to take it out right now, I'm too lazy, but there's screws and nuts, right? You're gonna love my nuts. Nope. Well, no, in that, yep. But on the car itself, it's got rivets. So this one is gonna be, now I'm kind of worried about this. I think I should be able to do it with a hammer and chisel at the end, but now we have to cut the rivets and X's to weaken them. That way I can get a rivet to separate them through to have it all fall through. But pretty much you want to cut those bolts off because they're not bolts. Pretty much you want to cut them off so that way they're free to just drop off, kind of like the seat. So really stupid, but whatever. Let's get it. I got swimming goggles. At least I can see now. Kind of. There we go. Okay. That's not moving anywhere. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna leave it there. It's starting to rain. But yeah, I'm just gonna get that fucking tool tomorrow at Harbor Freight when I return the impact set and go from there. But holy fuck, what a disastrous time. But yeah, we'll have to get that tool tomorrow and go from there. So I'll see you guys then. my dad knows technology very well. Ja, jestem. Jestem ovi onaj sjeć i to sad baš trebam uzeti onaj, znači što smo pričali, onaj kod chisel. But we have the tool. I've never used this before, so let's see how it works. Okay, not quite how I wanted it. I'm trying to get straight to it. Okay, not quite how I was thinking it was gonna go. All right. It's still, I'm trying not to hit the actual control arm. And it looks like I cut a little bit there, but whatever, that's fine. All right, so I'm using a different head, like an actual chisel head. I feel like this will be a little bit better. There we go, you got one off. Let's just cut in more on this one, I think. There we go. All right, so we got them all off. Okay, one rivet is out. As you can see, that just fell off. Now we're just hitting pretty much all those out. So that's why I'm not hitting the control arm. I'm hitting the rivets. Jesus Christ, that is in there. There we go. All of them are out. Oh, there's the old ball joint. And now to put the new one back in. All right, so we're gonna put the new one in. Should put all the bolts through. And the last one. And grab the nuts. You're gonna love my nuts. These are 15 millimeters, so I'm gonna go grab my tools. Sorry I wasn't recording, but got the nuts on there. We're gonna get them to about 70 foot-pounds of torque. This seems so much more tight than 71. I could be wrong though. Bro, what the fuck? Bro, that is like insanely tight. I don't think this is 71. I'm not gonna lie. Oh wow, okay. Bro. There we go. All right. All right, we got the axle in, and now we just need to put the ball joint down. Okay, we're partially in. Okay. All right. It went in. Nice, no movement. Okay. Okay, we'll get that nut going. All the screws are done. I just can't put the axle nut in because that's coming tomorrow. So that's the last step. But good news. No noise. Fixed. Got it all torqued down to where it needs to go. I had a Jackson, I just literally dropped it and then realized I didn't even check it, so that was not the car, that's the fence behind me from the wind. Anyways, ball joint is taken care of. All right, so there's not been that many updates. Yesterday I did put baking soda all over the carpets and the seats and the trunk, and then I have like coffee grounds there, like used ones, just because I had the used ones, and then I got fresh ones here with baking soda again all over. There's still like that smell in there, so I'm just trying to fully eliminate it.
I ordered a cabin air filter like literally right when I got the car, so I'm finally gonna replace that. And then I have this like odor bomb eliminator thing, so we'll be putting that to use. Just when I thought everything was fine. I don't even know when this started, but I walked to the front of the car and I see this. Then I grabbed a white paper towel. If you guys can see, it's a little bit red, and this deck's cool is red. So we're leaking coolant somewhere. Great. Even though it wasn't leaking literally all day yesterday, and I never turned it on since. This car, man. This car is just fix something, something else happens. Fix it, something else happens. So I'm trying to see where it's dripping from. It's coming off from the plastic. I see that. So is it coming from the water pump again? Before I lift it up all that stuff, we're gonna switch the cabin air filter. I'm gonna turn on the car. That way it can just actually clean the air inside with the recirculation and all that. And then when the car is on, that way I can see if it's starting to excessively leak more. This is the old one. Get that new one in there. Clips in. And it's in. I'm gonna let it run so I can do the car bomb and let it warm up and kind of see if there's extra flow anywhere. But everything else is fine, so let's get this going. Got that fogging up in there, so that's just gonna go through the vents and all that kind of stuff. You can see some smoke coming. I'm guessing it's behind this manifold cover. You can see smoke. As the car warms up, I'm just gonna let it keep running for the fogger and then to kind of see that. But where could that have started now? It was fine. I didn't even turn it on. I finished the suspension yesterday and there was literally no water there because I kept walking this way because I parked a little bit closer this way, so it's kind of annoying to go through there. So I walked through this way and I didn't notice any water or anything. Before when it ran, it was never something, so. And I never turned it on since. This is the first time it's been on since the last drive that I did before I fixed the suspension issue. All right, so it's been running this whole time. I'm about to turn it off because it's been probably about 20 minutes. Same amount of smoke coming through, and from what I'm seeing, we have another leak back there. You just saw the drop happen. We have a dark spot right there, so I don't know if that's oil. You can see like the exhaust right there. That's where the source of the smoke is coming from. Yeah, I think that is oil right there. It's not coming out of the exhaust, so I don't know if this is potentially a head gasket issue. From my knowledge, if it's being burned in, that's a head gasket issue, but for now it's not. So it might be just a loose fitting somewhere. Fucking hoping. Because if we did all this and at the end for it to have a blown head gasket would be insane. But I don't think it is because, again, it's running fine. 2, it's dripping like fresh coolant. The oil, I don't know, that just started. So, I don't know. I'm going to turn it off either way. The odor eliminator is done and all that stuff, and it's been quite some time, so that's that. But yeah, coolant again hasn't dropped. Once we turn off the car, maybe it'll drop as it circulates through or something, I'm not sure. But one thing I noticed though, right, AC's on and everything, but it is blowing out pretty hot air, even though it's like 68 degrees outside. It's blowing out like heater temperature air. So might just need a recharge or something, but gotta look into that too. Anyways, I'm going to end this episode here. If you guys liked the video, hit the like button down below. If you want to see more of this fucking hunk of piece of shit, I wouldn't, because I want it out of my fucking sight, because this car's a damn headache. Hit the subscribe button down below, and yeah, you guys have a wonderful and beautiful day. T628's out.